Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, rule well over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutations to you. I come out here pushing the words of truth and sincerity and repile my. I brought this out. This video was edifying. And today I just wanted to touch on this topic concerning how Salakia. Just keep my eye on something. Okay. Just wanted to touch on this topic concerning how, the body is an entire system that needs to operate at certain key levels in order for us to be at our best. And Esau Edom knows that. That's one of his many agendas, is to distort, confuse, throw off, misuse the body. How does he do that? Through forever chemicals, through cloud seeding or confusing the air, basically destroying the harmony of the earth, right? Through air pollution, through noise pollution, through water pollution, just throwing off all the hormones in your body. And brothers constantly do videos concerning how to get right, physically, exercise, along with diet, because there's no reason to do one without the other, and just have a complete rehaul or a detox of your system every once in a while. It's key to do that. Even in scriptures throwing a fast, for us to fast, basically it's almost like a rehaul of the system. It's like a reboot of the system, a starvation, if you will, of the system that causes certain things to happen, certain imbalances to get right. Of course, we don't do it just for the bodily benefits. However, that's one of the many benefits that come along with fasting, along with diet and exercise. So I just want to play a short clip. This is from a book, audio book. It's called The Mood Cure, and it's just dealing with the mood and how the mood can be the science behind the mood and what causes Jake to be feeling depressed or feeling upset or feeling sad. Now, there's reasons for it. Obviously, we sigh and cry for a reason. We ain't out here confused like bad moods because we don't know why. No, we actually understand perfectly why we in this situation, as far as being vexed day to day. But there is something called, according to this book, it's like a false bad mood, and that comes from things that you can help. All right, so let's play. I'm gonna play the clip, and then we're gonna discuss with some scripture. Shalom.
You already know from the questionnaire in Chapter 1 that your brain contains 4 different emotional zones. Its serotonin quadrant needs to be brimming with molecules at all times. When it is, your brain can cheerfully fire away with this ready fuel supply, transmitting positive feelings and thoughts. If not, these happy reactions are blocked. But that does not simply leave you feeling emotionally blank. Unfortunately, a decrease in serotonin can produce the reverse of every warm, happy feeling that adequate serotonin would normally allow you to experience. Instead of seeing your glass as half full, you see it as half empty. Instead of feeling proud of your accomplishments, all you can think of is what you haven't accomplished. Instead of a sound sleep, you get insomnia. Instead of enjoying your family members, you're irritated by them. Instead of peace, you have anxiety. Instead of looking forward to life, you may regard it with dread and even have thoughts of suicide. Precious serotonin is synthesized in your body from tryptophan, an amino acid, protein building block, found in foods like turkey, beef, and cheese. Tryptophan first converts into a substance called 5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan, which then converts directly into serotonin. This crucial 3-step process can be short-circuited by a number of things. For example, if there isn't enough tryptophan in your diet, a problem for many of us, your body can't manufacture enough 5-HTP, or serotonin, to keep you happy. Or your natural production of serotonin may be inhibited by chemicals in your food such as caffeine, alcohol, or the artificial sweetener aspartame. Your serotonin production can even be disrupted if you are pregnant or not getting enough sunlight or exercise. Bouts of extreme stress can also dry up your pool of this emotionally vital brain chemical. Finally, you may have inherited a genetic tendency to underproduce serotonin, one that can be aggravated by all of these. No matter what the cause of your drop in serotonin, it does not mean that you are doomed to languish in this particular mood pit for the rest of your life. Even the saggiest serotonin levels can be quickly elevated, allowing you to experience the full range of emotion that nature intended for you. Later in the chapter,
All right, so I'll cut it right there just to get back into some scripture, man. So basically, Esau, Edom, the adversary, the enemy, the devil, Satan himself, knows these things. All right, this book is basically written by him, so he has his scientists in his laboratories and understanding the chemical nature of the body and the chemical nature of the mind, even, and how food or the inadequate enough amounts of certain foods cause your serotonin levels to drop, and you just gonna be in a bad mood regardless. I don't care how happy, and you could have had the best news in the world, but you're not gonna take it well because you biologically, your mind ain't proper. The diet ain't proper enough to support that good mood. It's like that good mood gonna burn off energy that your body and your brain can't handle because they ain't been eating right. All right, that's like the hungry man complex. He ain't gonna be thinking right because he ain't been eating right. So that's it, man. This is basically what this book go into, about moods and basically how to make sure that, the food you eating is gonna be helpful and resourceful to your mood, so that you can do what you gotta do and accomplish what you need to get done, so to speak. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into a few of these scriptures, man, without further ado. Let's see if I can drop this down. You can check out the book on your own time, if you will. This is Psalms 19:8. It says, "The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoice in the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes." Now, this is our medicine, for the most part. It's these scriptures, right? Now, if a man what is it saying, James? If he's hungry and you say, "Go in peace, brother," and this, that, and the third, and you don't feed him, basically, you're not being brotherly for that sake, because that man really can't operate, understandably so, because he's hungry. He don't got them serotonin levels to be able to commit to being a peaceable man and things like that. So that's where the brotherhood come in, and we make sure, brothers is eating, make sure brothers got a diet, and you see videos going up about that, concerning that, because you really can't be in the right spirit overall if you starving, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're starving, if your diet is wrong, and, you know what I'm saying? It's expected for you to be out of whack, so to speak. It's a lot of things involved with this. More or less, what are we? We are people that's basically, for a period of time, been abandoned by our power, which means that we in exile, we're captive exiles, right? We under the most oppressive state of conditions we've ever been in, which is why we even got to talk about diet and exercise, and even the food that you do consume, which is supposed to be really good for you, it's been tainted. All right, now your turmeric's been tainted. Now your garlic's been tainted. Now you got to go to super original sources, and you can't do that under this oppressive man. He won't allow certain things to come through that will chemically change and alter your biology and your mood, so that you'll be in a great mood to be able to do what? To be able to come down on him. So, when you understand your enemy, you really understand why he did it in the first place, why he genetically modified the food to take all the minerals out, and why he, jabbing you up, why he doing these things, because he don't want you to be in no damn good mood. The better mood you are, the more qualified you are to curse his ass out when you find out he the devil. Think about it. The devil really got to play on this demonic thing. He got to really play on that, because he needs you to shut the hell up, be quiet, be a droid, be a robot, be confused, be messed up. Yeah, all right. Your son coming home with makeup. I was a new article that came out. The father got locked up and about to do a year in jail because his son came up with makeup, and he's upset, and he beat up the son. See, man, this place is bad. This place, Babylon, is backwards, and it's going to amplify your confusion. But you already messed up because your levels is all off. Thanks to Esau, Edom, for poisoning our food. We shall eat our food defiled amongst the Gentiles. Thank you, Esau, again. Thank you, because you're such a devil that you left no stone unturned when it came down to your demonology. All right, that's just a word made up. Don't look it up. All right. So the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. What we get as proof for knowledge, all right, supplement for our spirit is this word. This word is what draws us back to our understanding of who we are and who Esau Edom is. You wouldn't even have known about your mood and your serotonin levels being off if Esau Edom didn't put so much effort into making sure that the food you eat are destroying you. Now it's an emphasis on what is the right food. Only in a system like Babylon do you have to put an emphasis on, I wonder what the right food to eat is. I wonder if this is healthy for me. Yeah, it's cheap, but I wonder if it's going to destroy my harmony with this earth. I wonder if it's going to cause me to think demonic thoughts. This is what he puts in your food, man. He's a scientist of evil. All right, 1 John 1:4 says, "And these things write we unto you, that your joy may be full." So all of the scriptures are really edifying and medicine for our souls, man. To be fulfilled, to be joyous, to be happy. These things come from the scriptures, because in Esau's world, again, you pick up a magazine. The magazine is defiled. They got images that's hypersexualizing for men, women. It makes you, think demonic thoughts. The food make you think demonic thoughts. Everything involved with this system is deadly, man. It's deadly and detrimental to your health. So this is why we need salvation from this place. And the scriptures provide that joy that we otherwise wouldn't have in this society had we not came into this light. All right, so real quick, what I got in front of me is key takeaways for the book Mood Cure. Key takeaways, things that you can apply as well outside, basically based upon the scriptures, things that will help, get you in a, proper balance mood. We're talking about balance right now. Balance is very much a thing of the scriptures, it's an abomination. Unjust weight is an abomination to Heavenly Father. So we're dealing with balances. We're dealing with things that will help you, keep you more balanced instead of having these highs and these lows. That's what the book about, maintaining that. Number one, it says, identify your mood type. The book suggests that different mood issues such as depression, anxiety, or irritability can be linked to specific biochemical imbalances. So that's the important thing, is that we understand what the fight is against. The fight is against the biological imbalances coming from Esau's bioswords, man. Why? Because he's found so many different ways to manipulate your body, which manipulating your body and your biochemicals, right? Making you a lab experiment is basically changing your mind, changing your fight, changing your drive. There's another video that explains, or it's from 2005, I believe. It's BG, Bill Gates, talking to the CIA about how this certain jab can be used to kill the religious gene, and to suppress religious activities in the brain. So it's a jab that affects the brain. Now, if this is a 05 demonstration and these capabilities are 10 times better now, being that you got better supercomputers to be able to compute what it will be able to do. And they've been operating on using lab rats and monkeys and sort of things. What do you think exists now? And what space do you think exists as far as being able to attack your mind through their bioswords, right? And now this is far-fetched to the person, the average guy that wants to click on a debate video. This is a far-fetched concept that you actually, we're researching how Esau uses bioswords against us and how to kind of combat that. But this is the energy that comes when you believe in his truth, and when you understand that, this man is going to try to do whatever he can to stay in power and defeat Israelites from ever waking up out of that sleep, out of that coma you've been in for the last 400 years. This is a 400 100-year coma. You see? So you're not supposed to be learning about how to get your health and your mind right. Look what happened to Dr. Sebi, man. He was up and out of there. You think that wasn't, but before they got him out of here, which I believe, I speak as a man, I believe they got him out of here. Just too influential. Before they got him out of here, he had to go through trial. He had to go through court. He was being summoned for a lot of legal issues. So let's keep reading. Identify your mood type. Identifying your particular mood type is the first step toward addressing it. 2, amino acid therapy. Look that up. Amino acids and what that got to do with your mood. It says Ross emphasizes the importance of amino acids, which are the building blocks of neurotransmitters. She provides specific recommendations for supplements like 5-HTP, tyrosine, GABA, and others to help balance brain chemistry and improve mood. 3, dietary changes. Brothers is big on these conversations right now, especially. The book advocates for a diet rich in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates to stabilize blood sugar levels and support neurotransmitter production. Reducing sugar and caffeine intake is also recommended. So the book even goes into that. It dives into how, if you're going to do caffeine after a certain time ain't good because it's going to mess with your sleep. It's going to mess with your serotonin levels, dealing with your sleep. So, your body got a rhythm to it. I believe they call it circadian rhythm, and it might be another one. And it's all supposed to be rhythmatic, which means certain hours of the day you're supposed to be falling asleep. Your body's shutting down before you get into bed. Long before that happens, your body is shutting down. You do things to help enhance that, not work against that. All right, so blood sugar balance, another thing you need to look out for. Addressing deficiencies. It says Ross highlights the importance of addressing potential nutrient deficiencies such as low levels of vitamin B6, B12, and D, as well as minerals like magnesium and zinc, which can impact mood. Lifestyle factors. Talks about importance of lifestyle factors such as exercise, sleep, stress management, and maintaining a positive mood. These are all things that we're supposed to help induce sleep, man. Don't be up late, and the fact that you're up late on your phone, what have you done to help induce the sleep? There's chamomile teas you're supposed to be able to drink prior to falling asleep if you know you have an issue with sleep. There are certain sounds and certain frequencies you could put on your phone or just have in the background, light noises that'll help you induce your sleep. Exercise is going to help you induce your sleep. All right. Not doing sugars right before bed is going to help induce your sleep. You're supposed to help your body with the natural rhythm that it's tied to this earth with. Right. The rising and the sleeping of your body, which helps support your mood. Personalized approach. The book encourages a personalized approach to the mood improvement. Professional guidance, right? Because I am no professional medicine. I'm no professional psychiatrist, therapist, or nutritionist, and this is not professional information. You should seek your own professional help from a professional. All right. Now, with that being said, wink, wink. You could check with what you're reading. Check up on it. Do your own research. All right. All right. We left off at Psalms 119 and 92. It says, unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in my affliction. David's saying he would have perished because of this world and the wickedness that fills it, and how the righteous are constantly being attacked by the wicked. Unless we had the law as a delight. So we can delight in the law. We can delight in the scriptures. We can delight in the promises, the prophecies. We can delight in these things because they give advantage to the upright man. They have all the advantage is given in the scriptures to the righteous man, to the righteous woman, to the righteous seed. And the disadvantages come by way of the wicked. The wicked will fall. The wicked's counsel will come to naught. So that's the delight that we get from having these scriptures and understanding them. All right. It says, I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. So we become alive and we're lightened. Our senses are heightened, you know. Furthermore, it gives us desire to even be alive. Paul said to die is gain. But basically, he's alive so that he can continue to do the will of his Father. That's the only valid resource of being alive. Now, you might say, well, what about family? And what about friends? And what about just, going for a walk on the stroll? You're being attacked. Your family's being attacked. Your bioweapons are being sought on you, on your family. You won't have a family if their frequency has dropped 10 hertz because Esau is using so many different forms of bioweaponry on them. You can't assume that in the land of the wicked, things will just play out to be as smooth and everlasting. How, when everything they're touching is becoming destroyed? How will you have good food when all they're growing is GMO foods and they're destroying every other seed? It's now illegal to grow your own seeds if they're not Monsanto. And they have a law that makes it unlawful, I believe, to not use Monsanto seeds in certain places. So they have conditioned you to accept your destruction. So no, man, we're not just going to shut up about it. This is Psalms 27:1. It says, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? And this is where we pick up from being in the spirit of fear, being in the spirit of woe is me, to understanding that the Lord is conditioning us to trust back in him, a power who is known not to cast away those who put their trust in him, a power who is known to carry out his promises. We have much more significant chances, a better chance, a more sound, resourceful chance at salvation by turning back to the Lord than you ever would by just succumbing to whatever Esau wants you to do and just behaving as evil or as, increasing in wickedness as time goes on, or believing in this system and trusting in the shadow of Egypt. That way is over and done with. You're not supposed to even think about that way anymore. That way is a false way, and you're supposed to hate that way. All right. But instead, these things bring about riches and life. The kingdom of heaven is where you'll be restored to be able to enjoy the planet and earth and not be breathing in fumes and having to deal with alphabet people. So we look forward to that existence. But this existence is pain, it's torture. That's why people abuse medicine. That's why they have drugs for every syndrome you can imagine. Right? Psalms 121:3 says, he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Yahweh Shem Yahshua got us. All right. Now, Ecclesiastes 1:8. These are going into the reasons in which why we even come to the point in which you're vexed or you feel depressed or you even why you even need to find ways to stabilize your mood. Why brothers even do research on breathing techniques and things of that nature. Why more so now is because we understand there's ways to fight against what Esau has done in this world. There's ways to at least attempt to fight against the stages of depression that you're going to fail being awakened in these last days, being quickened in these last days. It brings about a certain amount of grief. With much wisdom cometh much grief. So Yahweh, a man acquainted with grief. We like being informed in the fashion and molded and conformed to the image of the Son Yahweh. We become acquainted with grief the more we recognize and understand what is going on in this world, in this society. All right. Ecclesiastes 1:8. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. So you just got a natural ability not to be satisfied. You got to fight to be content. That's not a default for you. The default is to go with the flow. The flow, the entire direction and the energy pulse of the society is to get you caught up into wandering, into being lost, into being proud about ignorant shit, excuse my French, into being bewildered and left as sheep for the slaughter. The entire process, what Babylon do is drugs you, chastise you if you're upright, which causes you or forces you, coerces you to be evil, to be wicked, because the more acceptable way and the less afflicted way or path is to do what everybody else is doing. Simply put. But what everybody else is doing is going to cause them to be destroyed. So therefore, you got to put your way in harm's danger with the result, the very result that's going to get you destroyed, according to the Bible, is the thing that is the easiest path right now. So all you got to do is sit back to receive your judgment of death and doom and fire. But to actually run from that or hide from that and be prudent is the more conflicting way. That's the more afflicted way. That's why certain men, you got to be in a certain spirit to be able to push this word in season and out of season. You can't be conformed to this world at all. You got to massively walk away from it. And this is where we, utilize different ways to keep our moods up, right? Along with reciting these scriptures daily, meditating on these scriptures. But there's a lot of mental anguish and frustrations that's going to come being vexed in this place. So you learn to balance that out, and you got to learn sometimes new techniques for the new kind of demonic energy that Esau's constantly pushing. It's not like the same old 70s playbook. Esau will get advanced on your ass. Excuse my French. He'll get advanced on you. You start switching it up. Start sending hertz signals from the satellites at you. Right? It'll just burn down villages now. Right? And cut off internets and right? Program things to give you false information. Now you're getting a different information that another brother's getting. He could do that. This is his kingdom, man. He could create rumors and create lies through artificial intelligence. Make a whole new story with images and everything that never even existed. So this devil is beyond his previous demonic power. He's changed and right back into the old serpent, which he always was, but now he's even twice the demon and demonic serpent, knowing that he has but a short time, he'll come down with great wrath. His wrath is being exercised through bioweapons, right? Through any weapon he can weaponize against people, in the harmony that people fighting for, he gonna weaponize against it, right? And then it's all proceeding to the MOTB, the final capstone to his malicious plan, which is to C-hip or integrate you into a engineered system, man. Make you a slave, a bio slave. Make you a slave by way of marking you with his chip, man. Go ahead and say it. That's what Esau's plan is. It's not peace, prosperity for all, whatever the Constitution might say. It's not that. And you got to be a fool to believe in that in 2025. You was a fool if you believed in 2024. All right. Psalms 102:4 says, "My heart is smitten with withered like grass, so that I forget to eat my bread." So your heart anguished, pain, suffering, withered. That's what wickedness should cause to a person that's studious in uprightness and ways of pleasing the Heavenly Father. And all you can see now is how much plagues the Lord is going to send on this place, justifiably so, because of the wickedness that goes on in the society, man. It's corrupted from the inside out. It's breached its iniquities. It's piled iniquities upon itself, and it needs to be destroyed. And therefore, the Most High is going to judge this place by way of fire. It's very simple. Psalm Isaiah 3:9 says, "The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin on Sodom." You see it, man. These parades that's going on, they're marching in front of your kids. This is a place where the very same thing the Lord destroyed 5 cities for, they uphold here. Why would this place be a resting place for our people who seek righteousness? Now, 2/3 of our people, they are part of that parade. And you can't tell them nothing. It says they hide it not. There used to be a hiding. There used to be even in Babylon, America. This place, some 50 odd years ago, 60 odd years ago, they had laws against sodomy. You know, they have old pictures of 2 women, 2 bulldaggers sitting in the jail because they were homosexuals. It was illegal in places like San Francisco even. But now these places have become the havens for that type of activity. So it says, "Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves." And that's the gift that you gifted yourself. You just sent you a super chat in the form of an ICBM nuke because you committed that abomination. And the Lord is not done judging. He's not gone. He's not asleep. Right? Never to reveal himself like Esau wants you to believe. Heavenly Father just waiting to strike. He's waiting for his prophecies to come. He's going to fulfill his prophecies first. All right. Ecclesiastes 5:12, "The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep." So there you go. As a poor man, as a poor man, the only thing that's going to make you sleep and to get you to have a sound sleep is having a nice, good labor, meaning going to work. And when you come home, you can sleep. Now, the rich man, he's up all night. That's why the elites don't get no sleep. They ain't getting no sleep. They're not really comfortable in their own created society where they used to play people like Sims. They're not comfortable. All them resources, all them riches. And that goes to the Bill Gates and the lesser luminary celebrities out here. They're not sleeping comfortably because money groweth itself wings. But that's all that's just dealing with balance and sleep. Just be understood. You should be getting a good night rest at least for all the 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. Some brothers of labor you doing. Isaiah 38:21 says, "For Isaiah had said, let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover." And this scripture is, dealing with how Isaiah was able to help Hezekiah, I believe, and by creating the bombs out of natural figs, as you can see, right? And so he was able to heal his boil. And so there's remedies here in the earth for many things. Obviously, it's medicine. Medicine is food. And so even as I was reading earlier about the mood cure. One of them being exercise, another one being sunlight, right? Which are quick, simple ways, but they are short-lived. The more extensive way to balance out your mood is by proper diet. First is diet, what you eat. And Esau, every day puts you at a disadvantage. But you got to, we pray on our food, and we also encourage brothers to have a healthier diet. Proper amount of carbs, proper amount of protein, proper amount of fats, depending on your size, right? Because one man's plate might be small compared to another man's plate, but his size is different, But you're supposed to be eating healthy. You're supposed to be making healthier choices, man. Some things are obviously off limits, man. Hint, hint, Pepsis and Cokes, right? So it says, Jeremiah 46:11, "Go up into Gilead and take balm, O virgin daughter, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines, for thou shalt not be cured." And this is where the idea or the understanding of take balm for her pain comes from, because we would actually heal each other with the medicines. You go to apothecaries for certain things. So you just got to research, man. You understand your condition. What is it? You zoning out too much, or, you know what I'm saying? You bitter all the time. Now, you might just be I'll keep it 1,000. You know, I've always had a issue with just, you know, anger issues. Since I was a child, I had them. You know, I've had, what you call it? Someone say mood swings. I was told anger issues and things of that nature. And in New York City, that didn't help at all. That just made me even more less tolerant of things. But, you know, the South is kind of balancing me out, you know what I mean? So, you know, depending on what city the brothers are from and as well, man, just, you know, there's a certain tone of that city, there's a certain vibration of that city, and that kind of plays out on how that brother performs and behaves as well. So there's so many elements to it, you know, of course, your parents and the role that your family had, and there's so many influences around you, but you just got to remember that you're not a product. You can't be a product of everything else and not have no, let's say, no culture, no tact about yourself, no discipline to be able to trade in that method of thinking for a higher. You know, it's all about exercising, you know, your right through the spirit to perform on a higher frequency. You know what I mean? Just upgrade yourself, so to speak, with new information. You know, this is a rallying cry for the brothers that go through a lot of torments and a lot of you know, frustrations in the society, which is naturally going to happen. If you're in your right spirit, right, you're going to be frustrated. But to balance it out is key now, because you don't want to go over the edge where you unapproachable, untrainable, unteachable, disloyal, fighting, feisty, bitter, you know, and resentful towards men, and finding issues. And next thing you know, you're a grief to those that you know who rule over you. So, man, it's a very delicate thing we in, brothers, and just brothers gotta, you know, we all, I speak for myself first and foremost, gotta change my mood. I know I be having them, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm really thankful for Allah Akim that even had the audacity to, you know what I'm saying, put up with me in various ways throughout the years. You know, and we all works in progress, man. So with that being said, you know, this is just information that I'm going through for myself personally. But I just, you know, I realized it was good enough information to be able to share with the Hakim, man. You know, to understand what you're going through is one thing, but to work to balance all of this out, you know, so that you don't be all disruptive to the body and the ministry. Is another key, is another form of mastery. And again, we strive for the mastery, which means this is not a date. This is not something that we just wink at. And we come in and we jump in and we jump out. This is not a hobby. This is striving for the mastery, meaning we put everything into it so that we can get the fullest and the best results possible, and that we can win and keep the crown. You know, I brought this out. This video is edifying. Until next time, shalom.